Morning, friends. How are you today? My screen finder on my camera is no longer working, so hopefully all of this will be in focus and all that good stuff. Time for a new camera. So I am out at the farm this morning. This is the day before I leave for 4 days to go back east. And my intended goal this morning was going to be putting up the deer fence, temporary deer fence, around the first plot of beds, which I am going to do. And my secondary idea was that I was going to go on and get the irrigation set up, but I'm not going to do that today for a couple reasons. One, I'm out of breath because I just dragged the rest of the fence parts that were down the hill, up the hill. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought, oh, getting rest after all that will make it easier. Did not. Secondly, it's already very hot. It's going to be in the mid 90s Fahrenheit today, and I'm in direct sun. And I have learned from experience that while if I have something really pressing, I can work in those temperatures. Ever since I had Lyme disease, working in the middle of the day in those temperatures basically makes me quite sick. And then the next day I'm completely a disaster with migraine and nausea and all kinds of horrible stuff. And since I'm flying all day tomorrow, it's a 6-hour flight, I really don't want to put myself in that situation. Plus, the irrigation can wait. There's no plants going in the ground right now. And we have a 60% chance of rain on Sunday, which I really hope happens. Last time they gave us this 50% chance, nothing happened. So keep your fingers crossed, because if I could pre-wet this ground with actual rainfall, the soil will no longer be hydrophobic. And then when I go to use the actual irrigation, it will work well for the plants because the whole thing will be naturally already wet. So the reason I'm going to do the deer fence today instead of waiting till next week is that, and I said this in the last video, I would like to put the temporary deer fence in, and then I'm going to go through and rake the beds very flat again, get rid of the little footprints that are there, and then when we get back, I can see, did anything get in and traipse through those beds even though I have a fence up. So let me show you what those little footprints look like. Okay, so these are the beds, and you can see little footprints in here. This is from deer. There is a gorgeous buck and a doe that live right across the street there in the wetland. I know that they're here. They belong here. They live here. So as with anything in a farm, it's my duty to exclude what I don't want in my crop area. So I'm going to set up this deer fence, temporary again, because the real thing is going to go in over a period of probably 2 weeks. But this temporary fence will still be 8 feet high, so it will still be effective. It's just going to be over the smaller section, and I won't have an actual working gate. I'm going to rig up something temporary. So I got my T-posts out. I'm going to go on and drive those, and then start rolling out what's left of this fencing from last year, and then I have 5 more rolls of fencing for the entire thing here, so I can always bust into one of those if I need to. So I'm going to get this project done, and then I have to get the next set of ranunculus stuff, corms, soaked and planted in those trays to be pre-sprouting while we're gone, and then a bunch of other stuff for the afternoon. So let's get started. Okay, that took about 2 hours, and it is very hot outside, and I am very wiped. So there's no way the irrigation would happen today anyway. All right, I just saw a beautiful hawk fly right over my head. Okay, so the 5 beds are now fenced in. This is not like super taut, but it's pretty tight. And even though it drapes over here, I think it's gonna work just fine. This is my pseudo gate, basically. It's hooked up here and it's hooked throughout here, and then I'll just take it apart and open to here, so I have this doorway to get in and out when I need to. There is an overlap you will see along the bottom that I have staked down all the way around, because deer do like to push up. If they find like a loose flap, they'll try to lift that with their noses and push themselves underneath. So these are all staked down, especially through here. Rodents and rabbits will do the same. So it's all tightly staked. The final fence will be the same way. It will be staked down at the bottom so that nothing can crawl under. Obviously mice and even rats can get through this fencing, but so no irrigation today. I did re-rake the bed tops flat, so we'll be able to see when we get back if there has been disturbance through here. I really hope not. I want to feel secure so that I can get planting next week. And so obviously all of the fencing materials here to be used over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll get this thing up. But now I don't feel super rushed because I do have a safe, hopefully safe area to plant. And then over the course of the next month, we can get the deer fence up. I'm hot, I'm tired, and now I get to go home and do get more ranunculus corm started, do a whole bunch of laundry and pack, and get my youngest son, who's 16, ready to be here for 4 days without us. He's done this before when we took Dylan to college. He's totally capable, and he's working anyway for most of the weekend. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Slowly making progress. In addition to planting next week and getting the irrigation done in this first plot, I have to spend the rest of the time out at Fish Ranch taking down all of the plants out there. All those beds need to get cleared, and I want to clear away the last of my stuff from there so that I could just be done. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.